Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Rachel and I am knitting. Not right now, but most of the time, but not in this video, because this video is the second installment of my series where I'm vlogging my progress during the 100 Days of Spinning Challenge. So today is Thursday, April 11th, and like I said, this is the first day of my second installment of the vlog. I'm trying to upload in 10-day increments of progress, so by the time this video is available for you to watch, part 1 will already have been uploaded. And I have a lot of thoughts. I'm on day 11 of this 100-day challenge, and I finally feel like I know what I'm doing, kind of. I'm kind of waiting for the rug to be pulled out from under me and for something to go wrong, because that's kind of been the, ebb and flow of how this process has gone for me over the last 10 days. But all this to say, I've actually already done what I'm pretty sure is 15 minutes of spinning today, or at least close to 15 minutes of spinning. And the reason for that is because out of frame here is my computer, and I'm editing the first installment of this vlog series, so my spinning progress from April 1st through April 10th, and I'm getting really overwhelmed by the editing process. I don't really know how to approach editing something like this, because obviously that I'm not going to show everything. I'm not going to show 15 minutes straight every day, plus all of my, thoughts and ramblings, whatever. So right now I'm frustrated with the editing process. Surely by the time you see this video, I will have figured it out, because I will have edited and uploaded the thing that's frustrating me right now. But here's the reason why I tell you all this. I did my 15 minutes of spinning because I needed a break from the editing. It was frustrating me, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to spin a little bit, and that is going to help my heart calm down. And wouldn't you know it, it was incredibly calming and wonderful. So spinning is becoming the most awesome, cool thing to me, because I'm in a place now, which maybe, I don't know if this sounds absurd, because I am only 11 days in, but spinning has apparently become this thing where I find respite and solace and peace and just, I don't know, restorative enjoyment of life. So that was kind of a cool revelation to see that not only am I enjoying spinning, but it was actively something that I turned to just now for comfort and, I don't know, peace. I feel like I've said the word peace probably 80 bajillion gamillion times in the last 30 seconds, but that's just how I feel. And now also I feel like maybe I spoke too soon, because I was trying to pre-draft fiber just now while talking to the camera, and I definitely, could have done that better if I had just focused on it. So I'm still very much a beginner, but someone in my Instagram DMs messaged me and said that I should hold my fiber like a newborn puppy, firm but confident. And that was a really helpful message. But also, when I received it at the time, I was like, what does that mean? That's impossible. And this is coming from someone who has held a newborn puppy. When I was a junior in high school, our dog Mittens had 6 puppies, and I held them. I was like their den mother. Besides their actual mother, our dog Mittens. All this to say, when I got that message, I was like, okay, that makes sense in theory, but what does that actually look like? But now I feel confident holding this fiber so loosely, whereas before I had such a firm, probably too firm grip on it. So I'm just learning so much. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that caters to the version of myself that was stressed out 10 minutes ago, which was being stressed out with having so much editing to do, of like dead air, like just spinning. I'm not even talking to the camera, like I gotta do a voiceover, like something to add some value to all that footage. But I've already done my 15 minutes today, even though I didn't film it. That's okay. Hopefully you trust me and don't think I'm a liar. But guess what? If you do, first of all, you're wrong, because lying gives me way too much anxiety. There's like a whole story there. But also, I don't care what you think. You can be wrong and it has no, impact on reality. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop my spin here. Oh, another thing. I'm going to keep talking and keep spinning because I might as well be spinning while I talk to you. So another thing that I have realized, so yesterday on day 10, when I was kind of signing off and, saying goodbye for that installment of this series, I mentioned that my plan is to spin all this Corriedale, this undyed natural Corriedale, before I move on to my dyed Corriedale. And I stand by that. I think that's a good idea. I think that's sensible. I think that's what I should do. And yet, this is getting kind of boring. All this same color, even though spinning with that merino was a real pain in the neck, it was really, really rewarding to see the colors change because the fiber was dyed, and to like see the fibers blend together that were different colors, and then see different sections, that some sections were really lighter than others, some were much darker than others. That was very enjoyable. It's kind of like, the only thing I can think to compare it to is knitting with a variegated skein of yarn or a speckled skein of yarn, where each stitch, the color is a little different. So it's very delightful to continue in your knitting journey or your crochet journey or whatever for that thing you're making, because you never know what your next stitch will look like. So it's kind of a fun game to see the colors play out as you continue making your item on your needles or with your hook. So that's what I would compare it to. Whereas this Corriedale is kind of like working with a solid color. Like after a while, like kind of like stockinette in the round in the same plain color. After a while, it gets kind of monotonous and you might want to mix it up. So, I don't know. This is a really big pile of Corriedale. I don't know what I'll do. But, all that to say, I did my 15 minutes today, and boy oh boy, it was a good 15 minutes. So, really enjoying spinning, and I'll see you for tomorrow. Day 12, which will be April 12th. I'm really going to be in trouble when we get into the month of May, because it's easy to keep track of what day out of 100 it is during the month of April, because this started April 1st. However, May is going to be a different story, so you're just going to have to mentally prepare now to bear with me, okay? All right, good talk, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right, here we are on April 12th. This was a pretty uneventful spin. I left it until the last minute because sometimes it's just hard to do this in the morning before going to work, but I ended the day 12 spin feeling really good about my spin, feeling really confident, feeling really capable, successful, smart, beautiful, and talented. And wouldn't you know it, I felt the exact same way after day 13's spin. Maybe you can tell, but this was also done in the evening, also left until I got home from work, and really not what I want to be in the habit of. I want to get the spin done in the light of day, but it just keeps not working out that way. But anyway, another successful spin. Also, I want to note that, oh hey, I just noticed those two fish on the spinner. Have you noticed that before, viewer? I haven't. Anyway, wanted to say that when I do these time lapses, they are always at least, well, I shouldn't say always. Most of the time, they're at least 4 times speed, sometimes faster, like 8 times speed or 10 times speed. So the wheel is definitely not going this fast, or the flyer, I should say. It's definitely not going this fast. Don't have any, misconceptions of what is real, because this is really, 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 really sped up. Okay, moving on. Okay, so for the life of me, I cannot find footage of me actually spinning on day 14, April 14th, but here is footage I took on my phone after I was done spinning. So you can see that there are some thicker spots, some thin spots. I was pretty happy with this day's spin. You can really see the progression of like how thick it is down towards the left hand side, and then on the right hand side it's where it gets pretty consistent and thin. So happy with day 14. And now we're at day 15. Today, I actually did this spin in the morning before I left for work. So the thing that I have been meaning to do for days and days and days in a row, I finally did it on day 15, and I was pretty happy with this spin. Things I remember from day 15 are basically nothing. I am having all of these days run together. Basically, for many of the days in this part 2 video, I feel like I was in a really good groove. Even though there were some obstacles, like you just saw here, the yarn broke and I needed to rejoin, I feel like I'm really finding the groove during this part 2 assortment of days, where I am consistent in the thickness of my spin, I'm consistent in the twist of my spin. I feel really, really good, and I feel like I've come so far, and this is only adding to my heightened and extreme desire to get my hands on a full-size wooden wheel. Or I guess I shouldn't say full size, because I don't know the differences in size, but basically a treadle wheel, I need it. Good morning. It's April 16th, which means it's day 16 of the 100 Days of Spinning Challenge. And I wanted to start with a little bit of an introduction before I do today's spin and tell you a little bit about what I'm thinking. I've been spinning this natural Corriedale that my friend Tina sent me, and it's really helping me learn. I feel like I'm getting a lot better. I feel in control. Like, there aren't moments where I feel out of control, which feels really good and feels like a big milestone and accomplishment. This isn't to say that it's gonna stay like this. Like, I think it will probably devolve at some point, and then I'll build it back up, and I think it will be an ebb and flow. But for the last few days, it's been pretty good. But I will say, earlier I told you that I had the plan to spin all of this Corriedale before I moved on to my next fiber, and I just have to tell you, I will probably get so bored that I'll quit spinning altogether, so I'm not going to do that. My new plan is to fill up this bobbin, maybe another bobbin, and then I'm going to move on to my purple Corriedale. I have 2 colors of purple Corriedale from the Woolery. One is a light purple, one is a dark purple. So I think it would be nice to get a bobbin of each of those, or, you know, spin each of those until they're out, because they're like, what, 2 ounces, 1 ounce, 4 ounce, something like that. Much smaller quantity than this Corriedale. So I feel like I need that to scratch my brain and to keep my interest. So for today's spin, at least, I'm going to work on this natural Corriedale, but I do have a plan to switch fibers once I get this bobbin filled up, and maybe another bobbin filled up, but this Corriedale isn't going anywhere. It can sit and rest while I work with some other fibers. So with that said, let's get into the 15 minutes of today's spin. Okay, so for today's time lapse, this is an 8 times speed. So again, don't have any misconception of whether I'm actually going this fast because I am simply not. But I want to draw your attention to how I am holding the fiber. I mentioned earlier that the idea of holding this like a newborn puppy, gently but still in control, like I feel like I have totally mastered that. I feel really good about how I'm holding the fiber. The more and more I learn about spinning as I'm watching videos and chatting with people on Instagram and on YouTube about my progress based on what y'all have seen, and many of you know so much more than me. You're giving me a lot of suggestions, and I'm learning also about long draw. What I'm doing right now is short draw, but I am intrigued at the thought of long draw for what I think I understand to be the end result, which is a woolen spun yarn or a worsted. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm confused with the terminology. But I am hesitant to try long draw because I feel like I finally have hit the sweet spot with short draw where I know what I'm doing and I know, or at least I think it feels like I know how to hold the fiber and control the fiber. So yeah, I'm really glad that this clip from day 16 showcases that pretty well. Also, I want to say while I've been spinning on these days for part 2, I've been listening to the audiobook. Now, of course, I can't even remember what is it? The Society of Irregular Witches, something like that. It's for a book club that I'm in with my sister. She organizes it, and it's just like so cozy and sweet and fun to spin while listening to a really cute little book and feel like I am gaining so much knowledge of this new skill. Just really nice. And now let me show you the finished result from day 16. So again, you can see that it's fairly even, but it's not totally even. Like there's definitely inconsistencies here. Some spots are like just chef's kiss. I'm so proud of them. And then other spots I'm like, you know, this could be better. But I do know like that is influenced by like current me doing this voiceover with all of the, improvement over the last few days under my belt. But I know at the time on April 16th, I was so proud of this spin, and I still am. I think it's definitely worth some pride. All right, here we are on day 17 of 100 Days of Spinning, April 17th. If you look closely, or I don't know, not closely at all, you can tell that I'm in my pajamas. So once again, I have succumbed to leaving this until the last minute because I am in my pajamas at the end of the day spinning. But if you look this time instead of at my hands and how I'm holding the fiber, because you can't even really see because I framed this in a way that, prohibits that. But anyway, if you look at the bobbin, you can see that it is growing as I spin. So time lapse is really amazing because it lets you see all these cool things that you won't really be able to pick up on in real time because the changes are so gradual. But with the time lapse, you can really see, look how bulky it's getting and filled out. It's just a beautiful sight to behold. And here is the final result for the day 17 spin. You can see again that I am getting a lot more consistent because look at the yarn that is on the left hand side of the bobbin compared to the middle and the right hand side. Oh, look at me go. I'm getting better and better every day.
Okay, here's day 18's spin, and I spun it while hanging out with Leslie virtually. Hi. And today's spin was pretty good. I did lose the thread on the bobbin, and I found it by using some tape, and that was good. And maybe I'll film a shot and show you how I did that, and I'll put it here as a treat.
Guess what? I forgot to do that, and I did not put it here as a treat for you. So maybe if you want to see how to find your loose thread by using tape, I also got some tips on doing it with a soft bristled toothbrush. Obviously not the one that you actually use on your teeth, but if you want to see that, let me know, and I'll show you later. But here's day 19 spin. This was actually my 34th birthday, so this is my birthday spin, and it was a pretty good one, if I do say so myself. I am happy to be spinning every day, but on my birthday, I don't know, it's nice. Oh, and look, you get a bonus shot, so you know, 2 different angles for the birthday spin. Is this your lucky day or what? Now, again, just look at the bobbin. It's filling up. It's getting nice and plump. It's fun. It's really fun to see it fill up, I must say. All right, so let's see the final result from day 19 spin. Ooh, look at that. We've got pretty much consistency. I mean, except for that thing towards the middle. But gosh, this camera doesn't want to focus. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, pretty much a very consistent spin. Look at me go. 34 is my year for spinning, for consistency, for learning new things, for getting good at stuff. Yeah. Alright, plot twist. So today, this footage is actually from April 21st, aka day 21 of the 100 days of spinning. I skipped day 20. Listen, the day 19 was my birthday. I stayed out late. I played pool. I had a margarita. On Saturday, day 20, April 20th, all I wanted to do was knit in bed. So that's what I did, okay? That's what I did. I didn't feel like spinning, so I didn't push it. And yeah, so I picked it back up on day 21, April 21st, and that's what you're seeing here now. All right, everybody, I just finished my day 21 spin and a little bit of makeup time spinning because I skipped day 20, as I'm sure I will have told you by now in maybe a voiceover of my spin footage from today. So, yeah, you get a bonus day of reflection. That is also one less day of reflection because I skipped yesterday. Anyway, it's gonna get too complicated if I think any more about it. So I'll just tell you that I am still of the same mind that I was a few days ago, where I'm really eager to get this bobbin filled up and then fill up another bobbin so I can ply this. I really want to see what this turns into when it is plied together and what that looks like, but I'm just having a blast with this. I'm really, really glad that I invested in this e-spinner, but as I've been saying, I'm really, really eager to have a full-sized spinning wheel. Or maybe I shouldn't say full-sized because maybe they come in different sizes and I don't really know the distinctions, but I want a real wheel, like a wooden spinning wheel with treadles that I use my feet and like my whole body is engaged while I'm spinning. This has been really great to learn on, but already I am so excited to have a real wheel one day. So I don't know when that day will be. I don't know when it will happen for me, but I'm looking forward to it all the same. So I'm going to, once again, like I did at the end of my first 10-day installment of my spinning vlog, here I'll show you footage of, how about day 1? Here's day 1's spin. You can see it's very, very different from day 10's spin. I'll put day 10 here. And now that you've seen day 1 compared to day 10, now let me put day 21. So that's today's spin. You can see the differences. I feel like I'm getting better every single day. This is not to say that every single day is like a perfect spin, because it's certainly not, but I feel like I am more and more equipped every day to address the problems that come up, even if they're the same problems I've experienced in days prior during the 15 minutes of spinning. You know, I am getting better at avoiding the hiccups, but when the hiccups inevitably do happen, I'm much better and much more equipped to properly deal with them. So all in all, I'm really, really happy with my progress. Thanks for watching. You can stay tuned for the next installment. It will be covering days 22 through 30. So it'll be a shorter installment there, just because I want to try and get back on the like 10-day increments. So this installment is a little off because I skipped yesterday. But yeah, feeling good, and I'm looking forward to continuing on my spinning journey. Yes. Alright, so that's all I have for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you don't already, and hit that notification bell to be notified of my next upload. Last but not least, head over to Instagram and follow me at Rachel is Knitting if you don't already. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.